The show just came out to say that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is the best manager that is suffered under Jose Mourinho. You know, I don't know. Jose Mourinho hasn't come to defend himself anyway. So I just want to know.
It will come.
I just want to ask you this question. From the what the Luke Shaw said, then the way Manchester United are playing right now, they're second on the table, but I don't think they're still really title contenders. So what do you think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer really needs to do, or what United needs more right now to become genuine or royal title contenders?
Okay, so from what we've seen of Manchester United lately, and I need to give a little bit of credit to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I mean, some time ago they were hustling between 13th and 9th position on the league table, and everybody felt like they were going to be toe-to-toe with Arsenal. All of a sudden, they pressed the nitro button and they zoomed off. At some point, they were on top of the log. At the beginning of the season, if you tell any Manchester United fan that, okay, Manchester United would be toe-to-toe with Man City, even though, you don't expect them to win the title, but they would, sit comfortably, sit pretty in second position on the league by this time of the table. I don't think there are so many believers on the Manchester United side of town that would agree, on the red side of Manchester, that would agree to that kind of postulation. But then look at where they are. The thing with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is there are too many people who don't like him. Maybe he's too docile. Maybe he's too dull. He's a Christian Chukwu kind of coach in their eyes. They want somebody who is erratic, somebody who's dramatic, somebody who comes up and show and jump on the chandelier and speak in tongue like new generation Pentecostal pastors. And then you think that he's got the mojo on. The thing is, it took a very difficult job. Manchester United, just like Arsenal, was a broken down building that needed rebuild from ground up, and it was going to take some time. So let's take some step backward before we come forward. You see, the thing about Manchester United, the same poison snake that beat Manchester United was the one that beat Arsenal, and it's a product of the person that is doing you good was the person that was killing you. So slow poison. How do I mean by that? Manchester United Football Club is not just about the coach, it's about the structure. The structure behind the coach is a lot more important than the coach itself. So when Sir Alex Ferguson was there, and then I think it was Gill that left, they didn't replace him. Just the same way when David Dane left Arsenal as chairman. And if you recall, the best successes of Arsene Wenger came when David Dane was the chairman of the club. Once he left, it was not difficult to sign players. Before he left, signing of players was done swiftly. Go and read and write book. It was just a phone call, a conversation. The whole conversation had been done. Once they spoke to Anright, he had come to Arsenal. Same for Dennis Beckham. Same for Thierry Henry. Same for Patrick Vieira. Same for even signing of Wenger. But then after he left as chairman, and then the project Emirates Stadium started, Arsene Wenger assumed the role of a club, a manager, a coach, a football director, a technical director, just about everything. And that's a problem. He became a head of scouting, head of chief negotiator. All of those things became a problem because there was a drawback. There are days where maybe you want to reach Arsene Wenger, but he's on the training ground dealing with training matters, and the club that the player you want to sign have other options. They will leave you. So most like it was like everybody come to me. The same for Sir Alex Ferguson. The name as Sir Alex Ferguson brings in people. I want to play under Sir Alex Ferguson. I want to play under Sir Alex Ferguson. I want to play for Manchester United. But then once he left, this club was starting afresh. There were no referees that were afraid of a deity in the club anymore. Everybody that came in needed to start afresh. David Moyes, Ryan Giggs for the short 4 games, LVG, Jose Mourinho, up until babyface assassin Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. When he came in, it was Project Restart. Some players were going in and out. Whether to go with young players and build up, or bring a mix of experience and all that. He didn't get it from the beginning. Yes, he had that 13-game run where he was on fire. Yes. But when the real work came up, he needed to start from ground up. They were doing patches over cracks and all that. They didn't get the right kind of players. The players were not in the market. And then they didn't have that support system, scouting, transfer person. As good as Ed Woodward, you know that Ed Woodward is a businessman. He was brought in to bring in more money so that they can pay the debt that they are owing and solve that problem. That's what the Glazers brought him in for. He wasn't really a football person. And then they didn't support Ole Gunnar Solskjaer with a football man. So over time, it's taking time now to, fester and mark his own territory, understand his environment, and get things going. The same problem Arsenal is suffering. But two clubs that are suffering the same problem, but it's a tale of two clubs with different returns. Should Ole Gunnar Solskjaer be given the chance to continue? Obviously, yes. Luke Shaw have come in. I'm not inside the club. I don't go to Carrington every day. Luke Shaw have come out to say, look, under Mourinho, he suffered, but this man has got better man management. I think I will take his word for it because he's the one that is working with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer every day. People want aesthetics. People want something that is beautiful. The same reason why a lot of people don't want somebody like Diego Simeone to be their coach. But I think that if you can take Manchester United to this place, one of the things that I noticed with Manchester United, the coming of Bruno Fernandes brought the best out of Paul Pogba. The coming of Edison Cavani also brought confidence into the attack lineup. I think that that's the way Manchester United should go in their next transfer dealings. They shouldn't go and start looking for Amad Diallo, Telles, and the rest of them. They should look for experienced players. Experienced players that will give them 3 to 4 seasons while these other young players are building and are improving. That in itself can put them in competition. Yes, Man City have blown the competition out of the water in such a way that they are miles ahead of everybody. But yes, we saw last season that they can be mystic. They can be chinking the armor or Pep Guardiola. Something can go wrong. Things can just fall apart. And Manchester United needs to be that team that is ready to pounce when things go apart, because the way it's going in Liverpool, it's even not looking like they can recover and become what we've seen of them in the last 4 seasons. So for me, I think that Manchester United should stick with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. If there is any Manchester United fan who started the season believing that the only position they deserve to end up is champions, maybe those ones will say Ole Gunnar Solskjaer should go out. But if there is anyone who did not expect them to even make the second position in the first place by this time of the season, and they are right there in second position, and it seems like they're going to hold on to that position to the end of the season, then please, let's give the man some respite and give him the chance to continue with all the necessary support. The next transfer window, bring in some other experienced players, and then see how the team go from there.
You are listening to Elegbete TV Radio.